I'm Idiotech, and this is You Should Play, a series where I show you games that I'm enjoying because you might enjoy them also. Today's game is Gorogoa. It's brought to you by Buried Signal and Annapurna Interactive. It retails for $15 US. You can buy it on Steam, mobile, PlayStation, PS4. I think it's even on Switch. Okay? PlayStation, PS4, also Xbox. I mean, it's not really very relevant as a platform right now, but you get the point. It's on everything. It's a great game. Okay, if you like point-and-click adventures, if you like Machinarium, if you like Monkey Island, if you like Day of the Tentacle, if you like those types of games, you'll like this game. Not only that, but it's beautiful in its presentation, it's beautiful in its music, it's beautiful in its sound design, and it's fantastically clever when it comes to its puzzles. So, this is going to be a bit of a different video. I don't want to show you too much of this game because it's very short. It took me about 80 minutes to beat. On average, it takes people about 2 hours, sometimes 3, maybe even 4, depending on how hard you find these puzzles. So it's very short, and it's kind of it's the kind of game where you play it once and you're done, right? But you remember it. So I don't want to spoil it for you because solving these puzzles is obviously the main part of the enjoyment here, as well as the art and the sound and the music and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you the first puzzle area, and that's it, okay? And even then, if you are interested in this game, and trust me, you should be if you like those types of games, don't watch the video, okay? Don't even watch the first puzzle. I am highly recommending this game to you. It's probably one of my favorite point-and-click adventures ever made. So if that's all you need to hear, go buy the game. If you're happy to spoil the sort of first portion of the game for yourself, then stay tuned, and I'll show you what the game has to offer. But it's not going to be a long video, so just trust me, okay? Fucking great game. Don't spoil it for yourself. Go and enjoy it. Okay, so we have a square and we have a button. We can zoom out. So let's do so. This monster has arrived, or creature, or whatever it may be. And a kid is looking at it through the window and checking through his book. Now, I've played this whole game and I've beaten it, obviously, so I know how to solve these puzzles. So they may seem simple in the way that I'm presenting them and quickly solving them, but trust me, I've seen other people play this. It's not easy for anyone initially to get their head around the way this game works. Okay, so we can click here, so we'll click here, and we can click here, and we can click here, and we'll zoom in. Okay, so we have a bowl and 5 weird colored things. So we zoom out, the kid's thinking about it, and he walks out of frame. And this is where the game kind of reveals itself to you in a way. So we're sitting here with not much to do, and it's saying, hey, try moving this to here. Okay, we will. Oh, that's cool. It separates the 2D planes. And this game manipulates 2D planes constantly. You're moving things around in this jigsaw puzzle style system, as well as zooming in and interacting with objects. And you use these jigsaw puzzle pieces and these 2-dimensional planes to traverse in the Z-axis, i.e. from forward to back, through the screen to be able to complete puzzles. It's very unique and very clever. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out here, and we can see the room, and I'm going to zoom over here, and we can see this door, and there's the kid. So obviously he's going to pick up this blue bowl. The objective of the game is simply to collect these 5 colored objects. That's it. And then there's sort of an ending segment. It's not particularly complex in its premise, but the execution is amazing. Okay, so what do we do now? We'll move this around. Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything. We'll move this around. That doesn't seem to do anything. So if you click on the screen when you have an X like this, in fact, if I go to the options menu here and show you, you can turn this on and off. If you click anywhere on the screen, it will show you what you can and cannot interact with if you have this checked, which is on by default, by the way. Okay, and that's the options menu. There's not a huge amount here. So if I click here, you can see my hand has changed. My cursor has changed to a hand. So I'm going to click here, and that's going to zoom me in. Okay, interesting. Can I click on anything else? No. So what am I supposed to do? Well, if I drag this, I can separate those 2D planes, revealing the door behind it, and now I have this with a white space. And as you can see, that white space is transparent. So if I put that over the kid who's standing in a doorway, he turns off the light and walks through the door, and we have traversed in the Z-axis in this weird dimension that we're in. Okay, so where do we go next? Well, let's remove this door and see what happens. Okay, he drops the bowl there and stands there thinking about the red circle thing. And we can see that there's a door here that he needs to go through to get to the red circle thing. So what if we put that up here? No, that doesn't seem to work. Okay, so maybe we have to zoom out. Okay, we do. There's an old man in a wheelchair and a crow. Okay, so we'll click on the crow and we'll zoom in. Doesn't seem like we can interact with anything else here. What can we do over here? We can zoom out. Okay. Anything else we can do? Well, we can interact with this picture here. Oh, that's cool. So we went into a different dimension on the top panel to find the picture of the crow. We went into a painting on the right panel to go find the other part of this tree that the crow's sitting on. And now we need to get this kid, I guess, underneath it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the bowl, which is interactable. And all the panels meet up and we collect the red apple. Now, to me, that's fucking awesome, right? It's incredibly clever, a very interesting use of 2D planes and depth. And I've never seen this before. It's really cool, and I have no idea why I haven't played this game sooner. I saw it years back. I mean, not years back. It came out at the end of 2017, I think. But I saw it a while ago, and I was like, not really sure what that is. Like, I saw it on the Steam page, and I was like, I don't really get what this is trying to do. And I sort of just passed it by and didn't pay much attention to it. That was a mistake. And during the Steam sale, I was looking for cheaper games and, you know, interesting, smaller indie games that people may not have heard of. And I stumbled across this one, I picked it up, and I was mesmerized immediately, played it through from beginning to end, one sitting, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's not just me. The game has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and only about 3,500 people have actually reviewed the game, which, for a game like this, is criminally low, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people haven't played it because I have tons of people on my Steam friends list, who haven't played it. I know tons of people who haven't played it. I've talked about it with other people. They've never even heard of the game. So I wanted to highlight it for you. There's not a huge amount I can show without spoiling the game. I've obviously just solved the first piece of the puzzle for you here. And if we zoom out, we now have access to this room. There's this picture up here that says we need to go get a green apple, and we find it from this lady somehow, and it's complicated. This pillow here tells us that we've solved how to solve the previous puzzle. So it's telling us, it's teaching us that there are clues in the environment as to what to do. If you click on this here, for example, this is a clue as what to do. You've got the star, you've got the lantern, and then the woman puts the star in the lantern. And what do we have down here? We have a lantern. So that's telling you what you need to do in the future. If we move the lantern, you can see it's transparent. So at some point, you'll come across a star and you can stick it in the lantern, right? They're obvious, but not obvious. I've seen other people play this and they get stumped in just the same place as I did. It's just not intuitive. Like, interacting with things in this way, in this jigsaw puzzle way, where you move planes around and then absorb other pieces of art in the background into the foreground, or you traverse into the background to connect the foreground to the background. It's very odd. And maybe for some people it won't gel, you know? Maybe their brains just won't gel with this type of experience, but for me, it was seamless and beautiful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The art, the music, the animation, everything about this game is just stunning. I have no complaints. Some people may complain about the length, but for me, I don't care how long a game is, you know? If it's 100 hours long and filled with crap, I'm not interested. I'm happy to pay $15 for a short 1 to 2 hour experience that blows me away. And that's what this game did. And I thoroughly recommend it to you. Now, I'm not going to show you any more because I don't want to spoil it. And I really do think you should play it for yourself. I hope this video was interesting. I hope I've highlighted how cool I think this game is, how much passion I have for this experience. I do thoroughly recommend you pick it up. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.